Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. This is Mike. I'm here to do a response video to a friend of mine named Joe Mayo, whose channel name is Mayo's Movies. And he also has a music channel called Mean Mr. Mayo. Um, Joe's not mean at all, but he was doing a rant video today about a package that he got from Amazon. It was the entire series of the TV show Frasier, which went for 12 seasons. So it was a big package. And he was complaining about the way the package was crushed in certain places really was damaged. The outer cardboard box was damaged in a lot of the corners, and also when he inside of the package there were two separate plastic packages, and when he opened one up, a disc immediately fell out, which is not a good sign. It's not a good sign that people are doing this well and taking care of their own product. So it was a cool video, and I agree with a lot of the things Joe said. So I thought I would respond by showing you some of the packages that I have that I feel have been put together very well, and also a couple that were put together quite badly. Okay? So, and start off by saying these are definitely first world complaints, first world problems, right? Now, I like things to be done well, and I think after all this time of home video, people would know how to do it well. But of course, some companies seem to do it better than others. And for me, the fact that we can have any sort of home video and have a room full of shelves filled with movies and TV shows and all this wonderful stuff, it's still a minor miracle to me to have all this stuff, this opportunity to spend all this money and have a room full of stuff, having grown up during the time when there was no home video and we never dreamed that we could do this. So, yeah, I know these are first world complaints, but I think if we are going to spend money on things, we should at least have product that is packaged well. So, anyway, let me show you the last thing that I picked up. Picked this up at Walmart about a week ago. It's the entire series of Barney Miller, right? 8 seasons of Barney Miller. Love this show. Absolutely loved it. And they did this very well. Of course, now there's a little bit of wear in the corner because I just picked this up off the shelf at Walmart. It was actually an impulse buy. It was covered with a very tight sheet of plastic, which may have sort of pushed in the corners a little bit, or I could have done this myself just when I was moving it. But here's how they package this. It's got 4 separate DVD packages inside, and they're all done pretty well. Nice artwork. It has the episodes listed on the back, and inside we have a little more nice artwork. And each one of these, this is from Shout Factory, by the way. They usually know how to do these things. And these little turnstiles are actually from Shout Factory. They're usually more well done than some of the other companies, and they're all protected. They're not touching each other. They're just touching plastic, and the printing is very easy to read. Now, Joe complained about some of the silver discs where the writing was just another shade of silver, so you could barely see it. And I understand what that's like as we get older, and these Dollar Tree glasses don't work as well as they used to. So yeah, anyway, I think this is an example of very well done packaging. And let me show you something else, a couple of other things from different companies. This is an old TV show that many of you may not remember. Ozzie and Harriet goes way, way back, all the way to the days of radio in the 1940s. Ozzie Nelson and his wife Harriet, they were just having a show about their own family. They had 2 sons, but they had 2 actors playing them. And then eventually they moved to television, and they brought their real life sons, Ricky, who of course became a famous rock and roller, and their older son David, and went on from the early 50s until 1966. So I have no idea how many episodes. This has 100 episodes on here. Lists all the ones on the back. And this is a very well done package, I think. It's all cardboard. And the package closes here with these little stickum things. And then everything is in its separate sleeve, right? Which I think is a really nice way to do it. Separate sleeve. They're one-sided discs, and they have all the episodes listed on the back. So they're actually very well preserved, and the package itself is very sturdy. So I think this is probably a way that a lot of these TV shows should be doing this. And anyway, and another TV show. This is from, let's see, what, this is from an outfit called um, Mill Creek. I'm sorry. Okay, Mill Creek, which is something I'm going to mention later. Mill Creek Entertainment. God bless them. They put out a lot of product that nobody else is touching, and I think that we should be grateful that we have Mill Creek, but they don't always package as well. This is another. This is an outfit called Timeless Entertainment, which is another name you might be familiar with. An old TV show called Checkmate that ran 2 seasons, 1960 to 1962. Has something like, let's see, how many episodes are in here? Well, it has 14 DVDs. And here's how they package this. I think they do a very good job. You have 2 discs that come in these thin packs, and they are completely separate. Printing is very easy to see, and you can also see all the episode lists or names on the back, so you know what you're looking for. It even has some of the actors. They had a lot of big name actors who were in this show. People like Ann Baxter and Robert Vaughn and Dean Stockwell, Jane Wyman, Joseph Cotton. Wow, Charles Bickford, Margaret O'Brien, Barbara Rush, Martin Landau. Wow, Richard Conte. So I love the show, by the way. Never missed it when I was growing up, and I'm very happy to have this. These are not remastered. They're not. It doesn't have perfect imagery. I guess this outfit may just not have the wherewithal to do that, but they're very watchable, and no complaints really. I'm very happy to have this. So that's another example of how to do it right. I think so. Now here's something else from Shout Factory. This is season 1 of The Defenders, which is another great show from my lost youth, 1961 to 1965, I believe. And they put out season 1, and they said at the time this did not sell very well, so it's very unlikely that they will ever put out any others. It's been several years, but it's very nice to have at least the first season. And once again, the printing is done well. They're all in their separate compartments here. And this little turnstile thing, Shout Factory generally makes things a little more sturdy. It's a little bit stronger than some of the other companies, and they hold together a lot better. So very happy to have that. Now, here's an interesting thing. Steve McQueen, Wanted Dead or Alive. 3-season TV series from 1958 to 1961. I think that's right. Loved this when I was growing up. And let's see, this is an outfit called newline.com, New Line, and they got a hold of this and they put out season 1 and did a very nice job. Okay, inside you have some nice artwork, and inside we have a nice little separate episode guide here, and then everything is pretty well put together here. Now, they are 2-sided discs, which is not the best. Not everybody likes that, and I understand. But anyway, they did a good job. They put a little bit of care into it. But then, after that was put out, Mill Creek got a hold of it, and they put out the entire series, all 3 years. And they put it out in this big plastic package here. And they kind of redeemed themselves. Well, I mean, I like the fact that each disc is in its separate sleeve, just like Ozzie and Harriet. So I think that's a very good idea. It's a fairly sturdy package. Wasn't terribly expensive. And so when it's put out that way, I really don't have any complaints about it. It's probably a good idea, all right? Next up, okay, here are the ones that are bad, right? This is the worst one I have, probably. Quantum Leap, right? This is, how many seasons was this? Can't remember now. Season 1 and 2. This is all 31 episodes. But this is put out by Mill Creek. Sorry. Mill Creek, okay. Again, everything in its own separate slot. Turnstile, fairly sturdy. So, okay, so far so good. But then they decided to put out the rest of this in this. They put out the entire series in this piece of crap. This box which, of course, I sent away for this from Oldies.com, and I thought, why would they do it like this? This is terrible. That box is just in really bad shape. But they redeem themselves because they, again, put everything in these little enclosures, right? So I guess you really can't complain. And it's just nice to have the entire series, even though it's this box is not going to last very long. It's not long for this world. So I'll get rid of this and find some other way to store these. But yeah, anyway. And here's another thing I don't like. Turner Classic Movies. Now, a lot of you probably have many of these wonderful little 4-pack packages that concentrate on one certain actor or actress, or maybe a certain director or genre. This happens to be 4 films starring Spencer Tracy. I'm very happy to have these. And they have a nice little slipcase. But inside, you know what I'm going to say here, all 4 of the discs are stacked right on top of each other. So you have to be very careful not to scratch these when you're pulling them out or putting them back in. You think they would find a better way to do this. I mean, Turner Classic Movies, really. Think they would put a little more love and care into their product. They put out this several years ago, which is probably one of my favorite packages of all time. 3 film noir classics called Dark Crimes. Phantom Lady, The Blue Dahlia, and The Glass Key. Great movies. Inside, more nice artwork. And then here's how they package them, which I think is a very loving tribute to these wonderful classic films, right? This is the way it should be done. And so anyway, and finally, let me show you one of the last things that I picked up here. One of the last Quantum Leap is falling apart over here. One of the most recent box sets I picked this up at Barnes & Noble. A Woody Allen collection of 8 films. Very nice, sturdy box. Bullets Over Broadway, Mighty Aphrodite. I don't say that very well. Everyone Says I Love You, Celebrity, Small Time Crooks, Curse of the Jade Scorpion, Hollywood Ending, and anything else. Mostly his fairly recent films. And this is a nice package. They did a good job. And my only complaint about this package is they are stacked up, which I'm not that crazy about. Joe and I agree on this. I don't think this is a great way to store films, but I'm not quite as upset about it as Joe is. But I think that this is probably not a good way to store films. And the only other complaint about this is there are no extra features, not even trailers, which you would think they would at least put that. But this is from a company called Quiver, which may be a new company. I've never heard of them before. And anyway, so that is my rant. Well, it's not really a rant. Just want to show you some examples of good packaging, bad packaging, and so I'll put a link below to Joe's channel and check him out. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider doing it. And comments are always welcome. I like to hear what people have to say. Take care, folks.